very warm welcome to the beautiful medieval city of Basel in Switzerland, the host city for the 25th edition of the Total BWF World Championships, the most important and prestigious individual tournament of the year. Everyone playing today is guaranteed a medal. The question is, what colour will it be? Because today is semi-finals day and the fans were queuing since early this morning here at St Jakobshalle, and already they have been treated to some great matches. Because 5 semi-finals have already been played, and tonight in the second session we start with the second of the women's doubles semi-finals. It features the defending champions MATSUMOTO and NAGAHARA, the #1 seeds, up against POLII and RAHAYU, trying to become the first Indonesian pair for 24 years to contest the women's doubles final. Then it's men's singles and Anders Antonsson trying to become the 7th different Dane in the men's singles final, up against a young man who's making history today, Wangchalon, the #12 seed from Thailand, the first men's singles player from his country to medal at World Championships. Then it's men's doubles and an all-Indonesian affair. The Asian Games silver medalists Alfian and Ardianto up against the 2-time former champions Asan and Setiawan, who are both looking to reach a 4th World Championship men's doubles final in total. After that, it's mixed doubles and Purvarandukro and Teirat Panachai, the #4 seeds from Thailand, up against last year's beaten finalists Wang Yilu and Wang Dongping from China. Then we finish with the second of the men's doubles, and Takuro Hoki and Yuko Kobayashi, the left-hander, trying to make it a second consecutive year a pair from Japan contests the men's doubles final. But they are up against the defending champions Li Junhui and Liu Yuchen of China. Well, when we look at the women's doubles draw, I can tell you at quarter-final stage, 7 of those 8 pairs had medalled at previous world championships. The exceptions being the #7 seeds who made it through to the semi-final, Du Yue and Li Yinwei. But they lost earlier today to the Japanese pair of Fukushima and Hirota, who have now reached their 3rd consecutive final at the World Championships, still looking for the elusive gold medal. So who will join them in the final? Will it be the defending champions Matsumoto and Nagahara, or POLII and Rahayu? Well, as far as the Japanese pair is concerned, when you look at their career win-loss record, that translates into 16 finals and 6 titles. For the Indonesians, well, they've been in 8 tournament finals and won 5 titles, including 1 year. That was their 2nd consecutive Indian Open. But here come the defending champions, Mayu Matsumoto and Wakana Nagahara, won the title a year ago, beating the pair who awaits in tomorrow's final. They have been in 4 finals this year from 12 tournaments played so far in 2019. They, like their opponents, have won 1 title so far this year. That was the Singapore 500 event. For POLII, this is the 3rd time in World Championships that she makes her way to centre stage on semi-finals day. She and her young partner Apriyani Rahayu in a 2nd consecutive semi-final at World Championships. A year ago, they lost to their opponents of today in 2 straight games. But it is 24 long years since a pair from Indonesia contested the final. So the Indonesians have won the toss of the coin and have chosen ends. First duty of our umpire, Hao Longhu of China. So this a repeat of last year's semi-final. can the Indonesians turn the result of a year ago around and make it through to the final? MATSUMOTO, very tall athlete indeed. That is 5'10". Turned 24 earlier this month, and she and her partner currently enjoying their second spell as world number ones, a 16th week in total at the top of the world ranking list. Her partner, Nagahara, is 23 years of age. Both the players born on the northernmost of the main four islands, the island of Hokkaido. And as I was telling you, they have been in 4 finals this year, not only winning the Singapore, but reached the final of the All England, the Badminton Asia Championships and the Japan Open as well. Now, by virtue of their seeding, they had a bye in the first round. Peek and Seinen of the Netherlands in the second round. Frugo and Tuasen, the number 16 seeds from Denmark in the second round. And in the quarter-final, the number 8 seeds, tragedy struck for Kuhara Yonemoto in yesterday's quarterfinal when she very badly injured her ankle and had to retire injured. So for Gracia POLII, she's guaranteed a 3rd medal at World Championships. First won a bronze 4 years ago in Jakarta with Nitya Krishinda Maheswari, and of course her bronze medal last year with her partner of today. Turned 32 earlier this month, born in Jakarta but brought up in Manado, right in the north of North Sulawesi. Her partner, Apriyani Rahayu, is 21 years of age, and they're a couple of places down from their career high of 3. They spent 2 separate weeks as number 3 in the world ranking. All of their matches, as you can see, in 2 straight games. Like their opponents, they had a bye in the first round. Russians in the second round. The Stoyeva sisters in the third round, the number 10 seeds from Bulgaria. And in the quarter-final, they beat the number 4 seeds and the 2017 gold medalists, Chen Qingcheng and Jia Yifan, in 2 very tough games. An hour and 7 minutes for 2-game match as we look at our court officials. Oh Long-hu from China, the umpire. Service judge Chiappini from Italy. I'm Jill Clark, delighted to say that former Danish head coach Steen Pedersen sitting alongside me. And this, I think, Steen, is going to be an intriguing match.
Yeah, I think so too. I think POLII and RAHAYU, they've created a little surprise yesterday, beating Chen and Zhao.
NAGAHARA, Japan. Gracia POLII and Apriyani Rahayu, Indonesia. Apriyani Rahayu Santo Mayu Matsumoto, level play.
So, a repeat of the semi-final from a year ago in Nanjing. The defending champions and number 1 seeds Matsumoto and Nagahara far side of the court against the number 5 seeds Gracia POLII and Apriyani Rahayu. Now, the fact that the Indonesians started serving, they won the toss and chose ends, which means that the Japanese pair must have chosen to receive rather than serve.
Maybe that explains why.
Yes, in fact, there's no question in my mind. Nagahara has been struggling with her low serve in recent tournaments. Well, Steen, I mentioned that this lady, Gracia POLII, guaranteed a 3rd World Championship medal. When you consider that Indonesia and Indonesian women's doubles pairs have won a total now, with this guaranteed medal, of 6. It means that Gracia POLII has won 50% of all Indonesia's women's doubles medals at World Championships.
That's a fantastic accomplishment. gathered experience over many years, has she?
Yeah.
I haven't seen a lot of the Indonesians this World Championship. Managed to catch some glimpses yesterday of their win against Chen and Jia, and as I said, they must be full of confidence. On the other hand, we don't really know, the way I see it, where MATSUMOTO and NAGAHARA are standing. Won the first game again.
Form-wise, you mean?
Form-wise, yeah. Won the first game against Yonemoto and Tanaka. Well judged there by Rahayu.
Was challenged, though, from the defending champions. Yeah, and it was a very tight opening game, wasn't it, against their teammates yesterday? Yeah, it was clearly long. That's a wasted challenge, especially in these early stages.
Yeah, it makes no sense to challenge that early, in my opinion. Then they defeated in the first round, as we saw on the graphics, Peak and Sane, whom they lost to in Denmark Open. So they had a negative head-to-head before this tournament. They won convincingly, but struggled a little bit against Danes, Frogor and Thyssen, and won that in 2 close games. So I think still a little bit of an advantage to the Japanese pair, because there's 2 players that hit really hard in the attack. And that's what Chen and Jia didn't have. They only had Jia Yifan as a really hard hitter, whereas Chen hits a nice smash, but it's not as hard, in my opinion, as MATSUMOTO and NAGAHARA. But maybe the Indonesians haven't really planned for the Japanese pair to smash a lot.
Seemed a very rushed serve to me from POLII.
Yeah, well, one player on each side of the court who is normally struggling a little bit with the services. POLII has done that for several years.
To add to the intrigue here, Steen, we saw right at the start of the match, during the toss of the coin, the previous head-to-heads. And we saw that this is the 5th meeting between the 2 players, and whilst the reigning world champions have won 3 of the previous 4, the last time they played, it was the Indonesians that won in the quarter-final of the Australian Super 300 event, and they won in 2 straight games.
Yeah. And that's in an arena in Sydney that is not that far from this one here. This is a little bit higher at the spectator places, but otherwise the size is reasonably similar. Not a whole lot of drift there as well.
Good rally. Yes, that's well worked. It was the little push from NAGAHARA into the mid-court area that really did the damage. Not surprised it's the longest rally so far.
Play.
Defense by Rahayu. shot.
Good drop. Oh my goodness, how did she get that back? That's amazing. What a rally. Oh, she's found the line. But there's a second challenge here from the defending champions. And if they're wrong on this, after just 10 points, they won't have any challenges left.
I think they are.
You think they're wrong?
I think they're wrong. I think the linesman got it correct that it found the line. But, I don't know how much I'm willing to bet on it.
Oh no, it was a great challenge.
It was a good challenge.
Very good challenge. Wow. Oh, what a fabulous dive early on in that rally from Wakana Nagahara.
7-4.
50 shots. These rallies are getting longer and longer.
Play.
Four straight points. Unbelievable.
Good follow-up, but also great defense again.
Yeah. Well, this is part of the intrigue to me, Steen, is the fact that MATSUMOTO and Nagahara love to attack, whereas the Indonesians love to defend.
Yeah, and I haven't seen this particular match. I don't think I've seen them play each other before, but I've seen a number of the other Japanese pairs play RAHAYU and POLII, and they have a very distinct plan. They simply work RAHAYU around the court until she gets so tired that she makes more mistakes than the Japanese pair. So basically, they've got better stamina and are more solid, but that's the other Japanese pairs. This pair here is not playing the same way. They are a more attacking pair. They thrive in big stadiums, in slow conditions. So I'm not sure they will be able to play the way that the other Japanese pairs have been successful in doing. Or at least that's what I'm looking forward to see. And I can tell you the Danes, when they played MATSUMOTO and Nagahara, they were quite successful in attacking the tallest of the players on court, MATSUMOTO, in her defense. The question is whether the Indonesians that are a little bit shorter than the Danes, whether their attack will be as efficient, or whether they will at all have the same tactic.
Yeah, I hardly ever see POLII smash from the back of the court. It'll either be a clear or a drop. There's a half smash, half smash, half smash. Struggling to call that last one a smash. There's the clear. Oh, that's a good defensive shot from RAHAYU. 79 shots.
That's not so often we see an outright defensive winner in women's doubles. But well played.
Well, if we continue with these long rallies, we could challenge the length of the match yesterday. Quarter-final match with the Olympic champions against Du Yue and Lee Yun-Hui, which was 2 hours and 6 minutes, the second longest match in World Championship history.
I was calling that match, and I had a plan of just showing up after this match is finished here. I've had the average amount of women's doubles for 2 days there, so... but I think it will be a good match. It's already started well here with Lots of good rallies.
And it's gone long.
And we know that from the Indonesians beating Chen and Jia, we know that they must have sort of like calibrated their defense to this arena here and their playing style, because they have a fantastic attack, Chen, and especially Jia Yifan, who in the quarterfinal ousted Kim and Kong, who's also done well lately.
Yeah. It's amazing strength in those quad muscles to crouch down like that and bounce back up again. Oof. Had that have gone over, that would have been perfection.
And that was exactly the place the Danes directed a lot of their attack, to the right hip of Mayu Matsumoto.
Oh, it had a little think about it, didn't it?
Okay, thank you. Play. Play. Yeah.
A little hand signal, just letting her partner know where she's going to serve to. Oh, that's great defense there, counter-attack from Wakana Nagahara. And she and her partner, the defending champions, go to the mid-game interval with a 2-point advantage. Crikey, she actually hit that steam with a backhand grip.
Yeah, and the racket hit way above the racket grip, which is the sort of counter-attacking defensive position, so to speak. So I think that's a good plan for Japanese pair to take a footstep forward and raise their rackets a little bit more.
Park Jubong and Kai Nakajima are two Japanese coaches. Eng Hyang for the Indonesians, bronze medalist at the Athens Olympics with Flande Limpele.
NAGAHARA. Matsumoto.
And securing the third medal at World Championship level for the women's doubles of Indonesia since he took over coaching.
Yeah.
Also a bronze at the Asian Games. So it's done well. Mahaswari, Asia Poli's former partner, got badly injured, so so quickly getting a replacement to the required international level, that's a very fine accomplishment.
Second time they've had a 4-point cushion, the defending champions. Overdone it. There seemed to be confusion to me there, Steen, between the two Japanese players, which side they were coming back on, which side they're defending.
And it seemed like Nakahara was a lot active at the net, which she normally isn't. particularly active, but maybe that's a point where they've searched for development, and she actually won a couple of rounds in mixed doubles here in this tournament with Takuro Hoki. I think they got to the third round of the mixed doubles, so it's good practice in terms of playing on the front court. You can't exactly compare it necessarily to women's doubles because there can be different work tasks, but
certainly helps.
Yeah. Oh, good read.
Yeah.
Oi, that's a great save.
Yeah, the Indonesians will be quite happy with these clears, keep the rallies going as long as possible. Oops. Yeah, more confusion. Brilliant. Yeah. It was the defensive whip across court, moving Gracia Polli from one side to the other. That was the one that really did the damage. But look at this final drop shot. Look at the disguise on that.
And we can see how long in front of Gracia Polli Rahayu is covering. Rahayu clearly the better mover of the two. Very quick on her feet, Brianna Rahayu.
Service error from Matsumoto. Pushed it wide. Well, this is a handsome lead now for the defending champions.
They've started out very well. They haven't really given a lot away to the Indonesians.
Oh, what a wonderful, wonderful block from Mayu Matsumoto. Look at that. Stepped into it beautifully and followed forward to the net after playing the block. Yeah, definitely wide.
The scoreline a year ago was 21-12, 23-21 in the semi-final in Nanjing. Surely it can happen again.
Stranger things have happened, Steen. Good serve. Oh, huge, huge gap. And a nice way to bring up game point opportunities on a run of 4 straight points. Well, the opening game is exactly the same scoreline as it was in the semi-final a year ago. 21-12 in favour of the defending champions, MATSUMOTO and NAGAHARA. "21 minutes for the opening game."
Yang ada di set pertama, ngikutin doang, nyetrukin doang. Mau ngapain nggak tahu. Ambil dari belakang nggak tahu, depan nggak bagus satu. Ngarepin dari mana? Gitu loh. Ngerti nggak? Dia di depan.
Mark Duvon, the head coach from Japan, 7 World Championship medals. Never lost a final. Only golds and bronze, 5 gold medals for him across both men's doubles and mixed doubles. And he really has had a huge influence on Japanese badminton.
It's an amazing job he's done. It also shows that you need continuity over time to create great results. This is... I actually don't know. I'm not totally sure, but they're going to come out winning the most number of medals.
6
any
medals.
countries in this World Championship.
Guaranteed 6 medals across all 5 disciplines, players from Japan. And that's more than China. China only 5 medals.
Yeah.
So the defending champions, MATSUMOTO and NAGAHARA, 1 game to the goods in this semi-final. Overdone it. Steen, apart from the fact that we could have exactly the same scoreline as the semi-final a year ago, which would be simply extraordinary, the fact that the Indonesians got much, much closer in that second game, 23-21, I think is an indication of how they begin to wear down opponents with these long, grueling rallies and the frustration they cause opponents by keep getting everything back.
Yeah. That's one explanation. The other explanation could be a difference in playing conditions. So there was drift in Nanjing. I seem to recall that there was a slight drift, but I'm not totally sure.
Oh my goodness!
Wait, no.
She just tripped over, trying to get out of the way of the shuttle, which she managed to do. Yes, it's all smiles. It's all smiles. It's all right. Well, after the horrific injury yesterday, yeah.
Oh.
She did awfully well to get out of the way.
She's not going to get a high score on artistic impression on that one.
Oh, you're a
sure.
harsh man, aren't you, Steen?
It could also be the fact that they were sort of like newcomers, Matsumoto and Nagahara, on that World Championships, and they were actually realizing we're about to enter the World Championship final here. And then, of course, also that they got a little bit nervous. So probably a mixture of all of these things here. It could also be that the Indonesians were sort of like figuring out what is the game plan we need to employ against these 2 players here. virtually no drift in the arena here. I heard some of the Danish production yesterday, and they were talking about that maybe it was a little bit easier to kill the attack from the far side of the court here, but I think that's very minimal what differences there is.
Yeah. Oh, that was a super idea, but it's just wide. Yes, you say, Steen, that this Japanese pair a year ago, possibly the second game, they were getting a little bit nervous, and just realizing the enormity of what they were about to achieve. Because they won their gold medal a year ago when they hadn't even made the Japanese Uber Cup squad. Yeah. And they took 3 pairs to the Uber Cup finals, and they weren't one of them.
No.
They won the world title before they'd even won a Grand Prix Gold event or a World Tour title.
They were probably scrambling to get into spot number 4 as well, because they had Fukuman and Yunao as a good 4th pair, or maybe they were the 5th pair, but they were actually playing tournaments at the highest level. Good attack there from RAHAYU.
Yeah, it's good variation in the angle of attack there. POLII has got her right elbow pretty heavily strapped, hasn't she, Steen? Have you noticed that?
Yeah, but she's had that for some tournaments now.
And shoulder.
And that's perhaps why there's not so many really hard smashes from the back court.
Oh, she got back the net cord.
Oh, she should have touched that. POLII should have left it for a partner.
Why? Because it was going too fast, or it was too high?
Yeah, it was going too high. It would have been perfect for RAHAYU. Look at this. She was just behind her. She could have fired a really dangerous shot.
Difficult in the heat of the rally, though.
Exactly. And one of the skills that decides whether you're a good pair or an absolutely top pair. Not suggesting that RAHAYU and POLII is not an absolutely top pair, but even if you're a top pair, then once in a while you don't get it correct.
Nice block. Well, it's the second time that Nagahara has been on the floor, diving to try and retrieve a shuttle.
It's very spooky this year, Jill, because I just checked the development in the score a year ago, and Matsumoto and Nagahara, they were leading 16-12 in the first game and then scoring 5 straight points.
No.
So
what was it in the second?
The second game was pretty much neck to neck. There was a couple of
so was
changes.
Was it 7-6 at one stage in favour of?
In favour of
the Japanese pair?
Yes, it was.
No. You're right. That's a little bit. Well, you described it as spooky.
So it's going to be 7-7 now.
No, it's not.
And that's not the case. So there it goes.
Yeah, we're all right.
Phew.
Yeah, what sort of serve was that? She's lost all confidence on her low serve, Nagahara. It wasn't even a particularly good flick serve.
I wonder if that could be a side effect of playing mixed doubles, where you have to serve to a male player who supposedly is faster in the service returns, attacking the short serve more.
So back level, the Indonesians.
It's really important for the Indonesians' ability to defend that they lift in good position. If they lift a little bit under pressure or out of balance, there's a good chance that the lift is not accurate enough, and then they're in trouble.
Oh, that's a brilliant, brilliant smash from Rahayu. Oh, it's just wide. Going for the counter-attack.
Right.
It's a nice return from Nagahara, and it means that the defending world champions have a 1-point advantage here in the second game, having already won the first. That's super, isn't it? He's always very expressive, is Kai Nagajima. He could be conducting an orchestra there.
He could. Got warned yesterday because he was a little bit too invested in the match at 20-all in the third game with Du and Lee against Matsumoto and Takahashi, the Olympic champions. The rally, it was a really good rally, but it was played late because he interfered, Kei Nakajima, and was told off by the umpire.
Yes, rightly so.
Yeah. I think actually it should cost at least a warning, maybe even a point.
Yeah.
If the coach is interfering.
Play.
Very dramatic match.
I get the impression, Steen, that the Indonesians are trying to get themselves on the attack a little bit more. Perhaps getting a little bit anxious that time's running out and they feel that they've got to start winning points rather than just working their opponents. Maybe I'm reading too much into it.
I just think they're trying to get POLII to the net and not working too much from the backcourt. I don't think there's a lot of hard hits in the right arm of Gracia. POLII anymore. We saw Rahayu trying to intercept. I think she should actually rally before this one. She should have let POLII make her way to the net there, in my opinion. I don't think they can. I don't think they can play the all-out attacking against these two Japanese players. See, there's not much bite in that.
14-10.
Yeah, you could see with that final shot from POLII, it was just arm. She's worried about her shoulder, a long-term injury problem to her shoulder. Well, it was after the mid-game interval in the opening game when the Japanese pair really started pulling away from their opponents.
Yeah.
They appear to be doing the same thing here.
That is over 11-14.
Air shot from Nagahara. It's not so nice when it's the only court in play. Everybody noticed. You don't have to look around. Everybody noticed. Oi.
That's good retrieving from POLII. Oh, what a clever, clever smash from Wakana Nagahara. That was great retrieving from Gracia POLII. But look at this final smash. Well, when we say aim for the left shoulder, that was perfection. Shuttle actually hit her on the left shoulder.
And that's where she's still really, really good. On the front court, Gracia POLII, and also from the mid-court in terms of playing the shuttle in the open spaces. Yep.
Is this the start of a comeback?
The difference here was that POLII was hitting it from a better position. Great interception by Rahayu, who's extremely quick on her feet.
Do you see that very odd-looking overhead action?
It's
from
only
POLII?
the racket that moves.
Yeah. She's sort of square onto the net, and you're right, it's just sort of the pronation of the forearm generating racket head speed, and that's about it. No real arm or shoulder turn or anything, which is why she can't generate the pace. Oh, that's good work from Matsumoto.
I can't help thinking that there's also some dynamics in these World Championships. Now, this is the repeat of the semi-final from last year, and I think the Japanese pair, they thought, okay, that's nice, semi-final against Rahayu and Gracia POLII. We know how to do that.
Yeah.
So you get to feel a little bit comfortable. PV Sindhu, when she survived the semi-final and got a really great win against Tasu Ying, playing the... That was the quarterfinal she survived. Then playing the semi-finals. Yeah, this is the World Championships. This is my home field. I know how to do things here.
Yeah. Where's the smash? No, clear. And comes forward to the net.
And it's an awful lot of court she's made to cover Rahayu, and
Yeah.
I'm certain that they're already thinking about what to do after the Olympics. I can't imagine Gracia POLII continuing to play, or she must at least have a good break to sort of recover in her arm and shoulder.
Yeah, this is a heck of a rally, isn't it? Got to be the longest rally of the second game, if not the match. Yeah. Well finished off in the end from Gracia POLII. Yeah, longest rally of the match so far. And that will have hurt physically. Given your point though, Steen, you have to wonder then if POLII, with the long-term shoulder injury, and she's 32 now, after the Olympics, will she get split up with Rahayu so they can look at the next Olympic campaign?
Yeah.
This could be her last ever World Championships then.
It could very well be. So
Quick, please.
depends a little bit on, I think, team management and how much power they have.
14, 17.
Asian Games in 22.
Yeah, yeah, good point.
So, and also of the talent coming from the younger players, we can see there's a lot of talent in the younger Indonesian women's doubles pairs.
Oh, lucky net court. But she created her own luck by leaping onto that little half-court push and taking it early. Just 2 points in it now.
Defense is all right.
Yeah.
Very good defense from POLII. Really important round.
Yeah. Huge point. A little half-court push once again doing the damage. Yeah, the Indonesian flags are flying.
Yeah, this could lead the world champions to doubt how they're going to score points. So, first part of it is done for the Indonesians, so now they need to follow up on the next couple of rallies as well. Good defense.
She's pretty lethal from the front of the court is Matsumoto. Oh, what a smash. That is fabulous. Oh, isn't that terrific, though? Even though they lost the rally, Gracia POLII turning to her partner and smiling, presumably just acknowledging and saying, well, there's nothing we can do against that. That was just too good. And now the defending champions just 2 points away from a second final. Went for the intersection, Nagahara completely missed it, and I think the fact that she'd gone for it actually put her partner off and made her mistime her shot.
Second air shot from Nagahara. He doesn't like it, Nakajima. But what a service return to bounce back with.
And it's match point opportunities. 3 of them, to be precise, for Matsumoto and Nagahara. First one, well saved by the Indonesians.
Right.
Oh, that looked a nervous shot from Nagahara. 2 match points have come and gone. 1 more remains for the defending champions. Who's got the nerve? And it is the defending champions through to the final once more. 21-12, 21-19 in a match just under the 50-minute mark. Well, delight for the defending champions, disappointment for Gracia POLII and Apriani Rahayu. For a second consecutive year, they are beaten in the semi-final stage by this pair, MATSUMOTO and Wakana Nagahara. Their confirmation of the scoreline, 21-12, 21-19 in 49 minutes. And for a second straight year, we will have an all-Japanese final. And it will be a repeat of last year's final, featuring the number 1 and 2 seeds in the women's doubles final tomorrow. Well, she looked nervous at one stage, did Nagahara, especially on her serve. But they held it together. And after the mid-game interval in both games, it was the Japanese pair that came out strongly. This the match point and the moment of victory, and look at the disappointment for the Indonesians. And in contrast, the delight and, I suspect, the relief for the defending champions. So job well done by last year's gold medalists, Matsumoto and Nagahara. 2 straight games. Their victory over the number 5 seeds, Gracia POLII and Apriani Rahayu. Yeah. Well, there's an awful lot